Pay attention. Creepy weirdo.
I would like a strong, powerful woman to protect me.
He'll fight for America.
Yeah, Poopy Square. The Playable Characters Podcast. Hey, everybody! Welcome to level 214 of Playable Characters Podcast. What's up, everybody? It's Brian. 2 in a row, everybody. 2 weeks in a row of this podcast. Look, give me a break. We had 200 straight weeks. They've been spotty this year, but that's okay. You guys know what's going on. I've told you. I moved. We're settled. Things are great in my new digs. It's awesome. We moved to Ukraine. I'm just kidding. But it's good down here in North Carolina, in the South. Who knew, right? But Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Black Friday, whatever you're celebrating. If the infrequency of the podcast, some of you are yelling at me, is not up to your standards. I'm sorry, but it'll be more frequent now. Follow me on TikTok, Twitter, and IG. That's what the cool kids call Instagram. At Playable Podcast, you know that, right? I'm doing some stuff on Twitch now. I'm trying, which is Laugh at Brian. It's on Twitch, and new social media site for gamers called Channel 3. Check out channel3.gg. It's an awesome site. And we're doing a weekly show there as well on Thursdays, doing a challenge called Triple Dare. But it's a positive social media site for gamers. It does exist, and I found it. There's no toxicity there, whatever that word is. So, folks, let's dive in. Let's start the year with this. I'm guessing it's 2023 when this comes out. Look, you see the title. Bri, another Pokemon character? Yeah, there's a billion. There's a billion Pokemon characters. I could do this show forever and never get bored with Pokemon people. So, but this is a different one. We've had, we had Ditto on. We had Jigglypuff. Is that thing a Pokemon? I think it is. We had Professor Oak. We had the Pokemon Snap creepy guy. Right now, we're gonna get someone who's really at the ground level of all this Pokemania, as I just made up and called it. We have an intern at the Pokemon world. How are you, sir? What's your name, by the way?
Hello, my name is Earl.
Hey.
I've been working at the Pokemon Research Center for about 3 months.
Okay.
And I want to bring something to light, good sir.
Have you seen some stuff there, I'm guessing?
I've seen it all.
Oh my gosh. Earl, I'm so sorry. What do you do there? It says you're an intern. I mean, are you getting paid for this work, first of all, or is it for college credit?
I get paid in experience. You know how it goes.
Of course, XP is where it's at.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what are you doing there? Are you helping Professor Oak himself? Are you just filing papers?
I am actually in the basement of the center. They basically originally started me out to hey, we just need you to file some paperwork, get some coffee and whatnot.
Right.
And they just kind of leave me alone in this deep, dark basement.
Doesn't sound good.
I file papers all day.
Right. Why is there so much paperwork?
Because honestly, the legal system and giving Pokemon away to free children, or not free children, but giving free Pokemon away to children.
Either way, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot of bylaws. We had hoops that we have to jump through.
But I don't know these kids have they don't have any parents, right? These kids, or no fathers or something like that. It's something weird.
Yeah.
So who cares about the law? They're nomad children. Give them a little pocket monster. I don't know.
Yeah, just be like, it's like Squishmallows. Here, love this instead of having a father.
Right. Yeah.
But
all right. So you're filing papers. There's a lot of paperwork, right?
So I'm filing paperwork. The biggest project they have me working on is the Pokedex.
Right.
It's just someone's going out there. We're sending all of these little kids, to just research all of these Pokemon. They need a guy to just compile it all into this database.
Yeah.
And
so you're good with Excel, I'm guessing.
Oh, I'm great with Excel.
Perfect.
You know the little math you have to enter? Oh, yeah baby. I know where to put the equal signs.
What are some of the columns? I guess you got the name. Do you have what it spawns from? What are the columns in the Excel sheet are you keeping track of in this big database? What else could you need? Weight? I don't know.
I got
date
the name,
of birth.
I got the type. I got their zodiac sign. All Pokemon have the same zodiac sign. So,
That's
Ditto,
a useless column, then.
Scorpio,
They're all Scorpios?
they're all Pokemon are Scorpios.
I didn't know. Okay.
That's the easiest column in my Excel sheet, honestly.
Push S.
Yeah, that's all I gotta do.
It seems like a waste of a column, if I'm being honest. It seems like a waste of time. I don't know.
It's like when you're filling out a resume and you say you're good at something, and then they just make you do the thing. That's how I got the job.
Got it. Okay. All right.
But the most important one, is the physical information about the Pokemon. We're researching Pokemon. We're not researching them very far, but there's some that I found that just haven't seen the light of day.
Yeah.
And
So how many are we supposed to collect? There's like 150 or is there more than that? I don't know. So you're saying there's more that we haven't heard of that are just in this basement somewhere?
There's some we've heard of, and there's some more we haven't heard of. We're upwards in the 1,000. Not all the Pokemon make the cut.
Oh,
not all of them make the cut.
I didn't know that.
Not all of them do. So
there could be thousands. It's like the bottom of the ocean. We have no idea what's down there.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
And the amount of what we know is so scary compared to what we don't even know and what the public doesn't even know. And honestly, I think it's my time to just open it up and just blow the lid open.
Let's spill some tea, as they say. What else? What do you want to like? What have you seen? I guess what's happened that made you want to reach out and do this podcast?
Well, originally I was talking. There's a well-known Pokemon, and his name is Driftbloon. Right?
Driftbloon?
Driftbloon, yes.
I didn't even heard of that one. I know like 6 Pokemon.
You're good. Driftbloon, it's a little like purple Pokemon, and I'll say like hot air. Think of a hot air balloon, right?
Got it.
And it's got 2 little dangly arms that have little hearts for hands, right? Now let me tell you what the Pokedex entry for Driftbloon is.
Sure.
This is the actual Pokedex entry.
Yeah. And did you write this in, or did this was before you got there?
This was there. This was on the paperwork. So like I'm data entering.
Right.
You know?
Right. Okay.
I'm putting it in my Excel sheet, and this is what I had to type.
Okay.
Stories go that it grabs the hands of small children and drags them away to the afterlife.
Oh,
it dislikes heavy children.
Okay. So Driftbloon's kind of a dick.
Yeah. So I think that's very vague. But
it's pretty.
What they're
not if you're a heavy kid.
No, if you're a heavy kid like husky, you're good. But if not, this Driftbloon is going to cup you up and just drop you.
Straight to hell, basically.
Straight to hell. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know Pokemon got that dark, but that's an interesting one. My goodness.
That's just scratching the surface.
Like, now, why do they do these things? Is it for why? Because some things have like their whether it's their power or it's just what they're born to do. Like, why does this thing have to steal children, slim in shape children?
I think it's just their jam, you know. I think
it's just their jam.
It's just they do what they do.
Yeah,
know?
It's just the natural instincts, I guess, right?
Yeah, and like what that just blows my mind. And the worst part is if you are a child, right? Being a child in the Pokemon world is terrible.
Terrifying,
yeah,
probably.
You are not like set up for success at all. Like you gotta make it to. It's like the Hunger Games. You gotta make it to 18, or you are going to die.
Yeah,
because
when do most kids get their first Pokemon? By the way, like when do they start becoming? Is everybody just a trainer just automatically, or do you have to?
11.
Jesus, that seems too. My daughter's 7.5. She's an idiot. Like I don't know. She can't. I can't imagine her in 3.5 more years getting a monster to keep track of.
A monster, and then with just sending her off to go like
to fight.
Yeah, go. But
all right.
If you are a child, there is another Pokemon that you need to avoid.
Oh my god! Not more than Are Driftbloons common? Are there are a lot of them.
They're pretty common.
Oh jeez! All right.
Yeah. But also there's Banette.
Let me guess. Because I don't know what this is.
Go for it.
I'm guessing it's a banana-shaped thing with like a net for a butt or something like that.
You are close.
I shouldn't be close, but okay.
So this is the Pokedex entry. I'll say, imagine like an
Hmm.
all black thing that closely resembles like a stuffed animal.
Okay.
The Pokedex entry for this one is it's a
Burnett. Okay.
it's a stuffed toy that was
Mhm.
thrown away and became possessed, ever searching for the one who threw it away, so it can exact its revenge.
Oh my, so this thing is searching for one child.
One child in particular, the one who just threw them away.
This child could be 35 at this point.
Oh yeah, it will never stop like searching for the
Jesus
one child who threw it away, which is honestly me after a couple of like days after a breakup, but even still, you know.
Sure. Oh my goodness, Earl. This is a lot. Burnett Funicello. Look at that. So, and does Burnett evolve into an even crazier giant stuffed demon?
No, Banette, I believe, actually evolves from something else.
Jeez.
I believe it evolves from a thing called Sheppet.
I feel in my world right now, we have this AI problem where AI is just taking over everything. It seems like AI created all these Pokemon and just put weird words all together and made monsters out of it.
Oh yeah, there's a new one that was actually recently just discovered called Flamino.
Okay.
And it's a flamingo.
A flamingo / El Camino mix, like a centaur? No?
No, like it is just a flamingo.
It's not very creative. It's not very creative.
No, yep, just Flamino is just a flamingo.
But it's like what, a hardcore Republican or something? Like what's its
Yeah, that's what it is.
What's this special power?
It only leans on its right leg. You know, that's all it does.
So who found Flamino and was like, that's not a flamingo, it must be a Pokemon. Like, does it look the same? Like, how do they know at one point whether it's an actual real animal or a Pokemon?
Oh, that's Charles upstairs.
Oh, okay.
It's Charles it's Charles's job
Yeah.
to basically be like, is this an animal
Yeah.
or is this a real Pokemon? And what he
Jeez.
basically does is we send Charles out there,
Yeah.
right? And Charles just kind of sits in front of this animal and he says, all right, does this thing have lasers? No, that's question one, right? And if it has lasers, it's a Pokemon, right?
It's a pretty fun job if the first question is, does this thing have lasers? I wouldn't mind that. That's pretty fun. So what else does he ask? What other things are on his checklist? Let's find out.
Does this thing want to harm a child? Question two.
Yeah.
Question three. Does this thing say one thing over and over, which is its name? You know?
Do they all do that? They all just do? That's the only thing they know how to say?
Yeah, it's the only thing they really know how to say is their own name, which makes naming them, great. We're just waiting to hear like the full thing, you know?
Right.
Like for a while, we thought Jigglypuff's name was Jig, but one day it popped out the Igglypuff, and we were like, "Oh shit!"
Nice. Much cuter, Jigglypuff. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. All right. So what? Man, this is wild that there's more things out that we haven't even heard of yet.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a favorite? Do you have a least favorite like Pokemon that is there one that might attack you? You're an adult, like, or I mean, I guess maybe you're in college. Is there one that you're, scared of?
Oh, I am scared of all of them, Brian. I'm scared of all of them.
Even Jigglypuff.
Oh yeah, Jigglypuff. That's actually a good segue.
Yep. Oh, good.
Because we all know Jigglypuff just likes to put people to sleep,
and
then just draw their faces, which is really harmless. But like,
sure.
I don't want to be like messed with,
No, yeah, totally.
But there's all of these who just like the Pokedex entries that I get are so vague.
Yeah.
So like one of them that I'm scared about that can harm me.
Mm-hmm.
Its name is Gorgeist. So imagine just like a jack-o'-lantern that's like haunted, right? little spooky, little spooky haunted jack-o'-lantern.
Are you saying haunted?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
I made a choice, and oh boy, I gotta stick with it.
I
because
love it.
A lot of these are Pokemon that are haunting something. Excuse me, haunting something.
Okay. So a haunted. I mean, most jack-o'-lanterns are kind of haunted, right? In a way. Okay. So what else? What does he do?
The entry says it enwraps its prey in its hair-like arms. It
What?
it sings joyfully as it observes the suffering of its prey.
Okay, I mean, hold on. Now, look,
Uh-huh.
I, as a 42-year-old man, I thought
Uh-huh.
Pokemon were kind of like, oh, cute little things, and but I know Charizard from Smash Bros. And they fight each other, but I didn't know they were this evil. These things, a hairy-armed pumpkin
Uh-huh.
that laughs as it's killing you.
Yeah, it just sings and laughs. Like, I'm sorry, a human could sing and laugh while killing me, and I would be scared, you know?
I wouldn't be as scared than this hairy pumpkin doing it to me.
Yeah, and the
That's
worst part is, like, we've covered that Pokemon can only say their own name. So that implies that this Gorgeist is
Yeah.
just singing Gorgeist
Oh my
over and over again.
Is he singing to a tune like Gorgeist, Gorgeist, Gorgeist? That's Jingle Bells.
That's singing Jingle Bells
No, I don't know.
while slowly rapping and killing. I would hope it'd sing Jingle Bells, you know?
Wow, just to lessen the blow, maybe.
Yeah, that'd just be like, or just some of them sing better than others, I would hope. You know, it's all in all, this world is insanely creepy,
Yeah.
and I've started therapy,
Good.
so that's great. BetterHelp is wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're a sponsor, probably not.
Do you get benefits being an intern? I'm guessing no. Professor Oak probably doesn't.
No, I
Yeah.
get no benefits. Like,
That
I
sucks.
tried
Out of pocket,
bringing
huh?
yeah, oh my gosh, yeah. I tried bringing this up. Yeah, I'm a millennial. I tried bringing this up to Professor Oak because I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, Okie, you gotta know." Like, we go way back, you
Sure.
know. So I was like, "Okie boy, we have to like do something about this."
Yeah.
And he went, "Nah, it's fine." And then like more 11-year-old boys walked in. So I have a
Maybe
theory.
something else going on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we are sending these children not to fill out the Pokedex, but to like feed these demonic Pokemon so that they don't mess with us.
Oh, like a little self-defense in a way, like
Oh yeah, it's like let's just
interesting.
yeah,
So the kids don't come back that often, you're saying?
like it depends on which ones they catch.
Oh,
Like, I'm
man.
gonna say.
Wow. So
I've
what
been-
so
Go
what
ahead.
was Pokemon Go? Was Pokemon Go just a big like joke to Professor Oak?
Yeah.
He made millions of us walk around with our phones like trying to find things. These animals could have killed us.
Oh, 100%. We
Yeah.
were all around doing gyms and what it was a big craze, and Oak was
Yeah.
like, "Yes, perfect," you know?
Jesus. He
Like-
needs to be stopped.
Yeah, oh, he does need to be stopped, but he does pay by experience, so I don't
That's true.
really know how
It's very important where you're from. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. That is there anything else that he does there besides this? I feel like there's a lot of cool technology there, but that could be used for something else. Maybe some curing diseases or helping the world or world hunger. Is there anything else he wants to work on, or is he just this child / monster fetish of his?
I mean, like, also, what he tells people is, like, he's the guy that helps with just Pokemon research and filling out the Pokedex. That's his main thing. He sometimes helps with, like, eggs as well.
Yeah.
Another thing to bring up. All Pokemon lay eggs.
Every single one.
All of them. Like,
Even the hairy pumpkin.
even the hairy pumpkin. Not
Jesus.
the legendaries, because, you know, the legendaries are, like, legendary. There's only one of them. But,
Okay. I got you.
any Pokemon that can fuck, they lay an egg.
Never thought of that before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So-
we had Ditto on a while back, and he's a sad little boy.
Oh, yeah.
He's not happy. And he can just kind of morph into anything and like take the shape. So is that? But you're
Yeah.
saying all of them lay eggs? Like, are they fucking? Or some birds just kind of lay eggs for no reason? Like these Pokemon. Maybe that's why they're all so messed up. I guess right. They're all such weird shapes and
all
appendages.
sizes and whatnot. Yeah, it's just all from breeding incessantly.
Inbreeding.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
inbreeding. It's all inbreeding. It could be. Yeah, honest. I might bring this to Oak. He might take me out of the basement finally.
You got to go to the basement. Yeah.
Yeah, the plumbing is terrible. It's not good for my sinuses. I'm on Claritin. Like, it's terrible.
Is the toilet a Pokemon? Who knows, right?
Hey, it could be. I better not put any like kids near it. It'll flush them down. So,
God, that's so
yeah.
terrifying. These poor children. What is it? I mean, with a lack of parents at that age, it might sound cool. Oh, we have no parents, but eventually it's going to get to you. Not having a mom or dad, I guess, if you're a child running around. But is there nobody else in charge of these kids? I mean, is Ash like in charge or something like that, or is it just like, is it a free for all?
We send them off. They have like a guided path, right? Because their guided path is like, hey, fill out this Pokedex, and then some kids are like, ew, school, they don't want to do that,
right?
So like, we also tell those kids like, hey, you could catch like just 6. And then you go and talk to these gym leaders and be like, hey, these gym leaders are all going to specialize in like one type of Pokemon. And you could go, you could battle them, and you could be the champion if you beat all 8 and then beat these fuckers over here. Yeah. Like we send them, so like, and then they know which cities to go to and whatnot. All right. So we have that's another reason we have a route that all the kids take.
Yeah. But it's a little cultish. It's a little cultish.
Oh, 100%.
Okay. 100%. You get it. You see it. You see it.
Yeah, I see it. It's like, hey, we're going to give you this one, first one's free. First Pokemon's free.
Right.
After that, you're in.
That's how they get you.
That's
how they get you. Okay. There's got to be one you like. What do you enjoy some of the Pokemon, or are they all?
Some of them are really, really nice.
Okay.
Like for instance, one of them that I really like is now some people don't like him, but honestly, he's worked wonders for my sinuses.
Oh, good.
His name is Trubbish.
Is he like Garbodor? I've heard about him.
Yeah, he evolves into Garbodor.
I've heard about him. Yeah, we had the Pokemon namer. The guy you may know him. The guy that names all these Pokemon. He was on like 2 years ago.
Yeah, he went upstairs with Kevin.
Okay, exactly. Okay.
Kevin out,
So he mentioned Garbodor and Trubbish. I had no idea, but he's just a pile of garbage, right? Or like a plastic bag or something.
Yeah, he's just a little plastic bag, and like his all Pokemon have like a fucked up thing, His fucked up thing is that he's just like really stinky,
Yeah.
Just like but compared to what we have, I just like stinky's fine.
Yeah, plus he's coming, I guess. So you can smell him coming.
Oh yeah, and he just wants love. Like that's it.
Yeah, it's tough when you're stinky to Twilight. Now, are there a bunch of Trubbishes? Can there be like a bunch running around all the same place?
Yeah, and that's called New York.
Oh, how I miss it!
Right.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. How does one? Let's take Trubbish for example. How does Trubbish evolve into Garbodor or whatever his next phase is? Like what has to happen?
So like
they just fight a bunch and keep winning?
Yeah, so like the science behind it is like they fight a bunch, right? And then the Trubbish goes like, oh, kablamo, right? And he is gonna fight and he knocks out all the other Pokemon. Right?
Okay.
And then what a lot of people don't know, but it's true. The reason Pokemon evolve is as they continue battling, right? Every time they win a battle, they go on their like girl boss shit, and they're like, I feel great. I feel great about myself. The power of positivity. And with positive thinking, they turn to evolve into a better stage of themselves. And they're like, look at this, And if they're not fully content with how they evolve, they may evolve again. But some Pokemon either love themselves to death and they don't evolve. Some Pokemon hate themselves and they won't evolve. And some Pokemon are just like, I'm done evolving. I feel great about myself.
Can these things devolve? Like, can they go back to what they were?
They some wish,
I was gonna say, is Oak working on some weird like serum to make them like, oh, you don't like being Garbodor anymore? Why don't you go back to a plastic bag?
That's in the works right now. We're working with Johnson & Johnson on that. So it's coming along great. Pfizer's trying to throw their hat in the ring. Ivermectin's in here for some reason. So yeah, we're working on it.
There's so much going on there. That's wild. I couldn't even guess. So here's one thing too. I mean, it's not really your expertise, but like these level 1, whatever you want to call them, Pokemon, the first phase, the first level. Like, okay, you have a plastic bag versus what's another shitty one? What's another shitty Pokemon?
Pineco.
Is he just a pine cone?
Yep.
Jesus Christ. How do those two fight? What happened? What has to happen? It's like, oh, is it a rock paper scissors thing? Like, I don't understand how that would.
How Pineco and Trubbish would fight.
Yeah, how do they hurt each other? It seems like they neither could do any damage.
Words.
Okay.
Words hurt.
That makes sense.
Nah, it's like Pineco just kind of spins a lot. Like Pineco also evolves into a thing that's like a steel bug boy and like a big steel circle. And like his whole thing is spinning too, and Pineco spins. So like he'll spin really fast, and then Trubbish just tries to be really, really like sneaky.
That's
knocks the other person out by being smelly.
What is Garbodor? What does he turn into? He's a bag, then he goes into what?
He's a bag, and then he turns into like, imagine an overflowing trash bag of like raw sewage. That's what Garbodor is.
What the fuck? Some of these things can Oak just like end some of these things. Like, is there any in the database that are just like X'd out or in red? Like that.
Yes, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
Which ones are like, I don't know, because I feel like some of these should just not. Most of them shouldn't be around, but some are probably around. Yeah. Some are too dangerous or too useless, I guess. I'm guessing.
So there was one that was like an invasive species type where we originally brought it in to help with. There's a fuck ton of bug Pokemon, like they're all there, and so they're multiplying constantly. And so we originally like, all right, we are going to try and get rid of all of these bug Pokemon, right?
Right. Okay.
So we brought in a Pokemon called Flibberflob, right? So Flibberflob comes in, and I'll best describe Flibberflob as like, I think of a frog, right?
Yeah.
You got it. So that's
got a frog. That's it?
Yeah, it's a frog. But when Flibberfrog's like tongue would shoot out, his tongue was more those like, you know, those things you get at birthdays where you go like,
of course. Happy New Year. Yeah.
That was Flibberfrog's tongue.
What did it do? Just made noise?
It made the noise. And so Flibberfrog, we brought it in like it's a frog, right? No one did any research that it made that noise. So when Flibberfrog came in, right, we were like, oh, it's going to be great. It's going to eat all these bugs and whatnot. So the frogs were really hungry. They go to eat the bugs. They go to get their tongues out. It goes, and all the bugs get scared and they fly away, right? So Flibberfrog it was great in the habitat it was in, you know? But when we brought it here, they all starved to death because I couldn't eat any of the bugs.
They had a bunch of dead frogs laying around.
Yeah, it was terrible. Trubbish loved it. Smelled great.
He just hangs around there, Trubbish, and doesn't know what to do.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Is there one creature that like you would like to see bred from these experiments, or like you think one, if you were just like, man, I wish there was a Pokemon that did this? Is there one out there? You have one, not nothing sexual, unless that's where you were going with this.
No,
but
no.
What would you like to see?
I am proudly no fap. Another big decision I'm just sticking to.
even this basement by yourself, that's a bold choice.
Oh yeah.
There's no like giant boob Pokemon like floating around or nothing.
There has to be. We just haven't discovered yet. Yeah. I would really, really like a Pokemon that is like does your taxes. I would love that, but like is really, really good at it, you know? And like as it evolves, it gets better and better at like itemizing all of your stuff, you know?
What would his name be? Taxiderm or something? Like,
yeah, Taxiderm. That's perfect.
Taxiderm's not bad.
And then he would look kind of like a stuffed, you know, animal, like, you know, like.
But does taxes.
Yeah, he would do taxes. He would be, honestly, he'd be a mounted calculator. That's what Taxiderm does. That's what he is. It's like the Billy Bass, and then when he does your taxes, his little head would flip out, you know.
Did somebody say numbers?
Yeah.
You got any gas receipts on you?
Yeah. Right. And the way he evolves is when you first type boobs into the calculator.
Right.
And he's like, I'm ready. I'm done.
I figured out how to do asshole when I was a kid. It's 5583704.
I didn't know that, and that excites me to actually know it because I am going to go try that now. Get a lot of downtime in the office.
Yeah. So. Wait, 5883704 is asshole. Good stuff. Oh, what we could do with a calculator. I saw a calculator. This isn't on a part of the show, but for $100 the other day at a store, I was like, come on, folks.
Oh anyway, my gosh. Was it a graphing calculator?
It was. It was TI-83, which I had when I was a kid. Anyway, I was surprised they were still selling them.
Oh, shit.
Earl, this has been amazing. It was very eye opening. First of all, before we go, anything else you want to tell our listeners, or anything, any warnings or words of advice?
Yes, wake up, sheeple, because there's so much to uncover in the world of Pokemon, and it is not all sunshines and rainbows.
What can we do to help? Is there anything like stop buying the games? I don't know.
Stay the fuck away from wild animals. I'm sorry. I feel like that should be step number one.
Especially if they look weird.
Yeah,
like,
if they all look weird and you're like, oh, that looks really cute though. Nope. Like everyone's making a bad life decision here. Just stay inside, don't go outside, and hopefully we have another Flipper Frog situation.
I love it. I love it. Want to play a quick game with you before we go?
Sure, why not?
Let's play a game of Wed, Bed, Dead, everybody. So we're gonna Earl, I'm gonna give you 3 video game characters. Just tell me who you want to wed, who you want to bed, and who you want dead. Okay. These are all randomly generated before the show. This first one, I'll show you some pictures here. Everybody knows this guy from Mortal Kombat 3. I think was his first one. The Native American Nightwolf. He was a pretty cool character. He had that green
axes and whatnot. Yeah,
the tomahawk and the bow and arrow, which it came out from like his soul. It wasn't like even real. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he just hatcheted your fucking head off for his fatality, which is great. So there's Nightwolf, cool character, kind of like Tatanka from the WWF from the 90s.
That's true. That's really true.
This next one, recently the kind of star of a movie, Sonic 2, Tails.
Okay.
Sonic's friend Tails, or Miles Prower, for those that are really nerdy. He's got 2 tails. He's a cute little. Is he a fox? Is he a fox? I think he's a fox.
He's a fox.
He wears shoes that are way too big for him. I thought the actress was great that played him in the movie. So he's a nice, friendly.
He flies with his ass.
Flies with his butt. Just twirls that tail around really fast. Might be fun and kinky. Now this next one, folks. I've talked about this game. It's one of the most ridiculous, weirdest games ever made. It's for the Atari. For those fans of the show, you may already know where I'm going with this. It's from Beat 'em and Eat 'em. It's the Beat 'em and Eat 'em ladies. I hate when they come up on Wed, Bed, Dead, but this is a real game. So for those that don't know, I'm showing Earl a picture here. Beat 'em and Eat 'em is a game where you control two
I know this game.
Passionate, adventurous women. And there's a guy on top of a building with a jackhammer of a dick, just jerking off on the building off the roof, and you have to catch his semen in your mouth. It's a real game for the Atari 2600. I'm sorry, Earl, you had to see this, but those are the Beat 'em and Eat 'em ladies. There's 2 of them, so keep that in mind. That helps you to
okay.
So we have Nightwolf, Tails, and the Beat 'em and Eat 'em ladies. Don't know their names. I don't think we ever got their names, unfortunately, but it's a real thing. So what are your choices here? Or Wed, Bed, Dead? What do you?
Well, I think I think Nightwolf. I'm going to wed. I'll wed Nightwolf.
Nice. How come?
I can't kill him because the Native American population has been killed way too much, and I want to be a part of the solution, not the problem. Plus, I think he could help out with all the Pokemon. I could really use that. That's very reliable.
He's good with the bow and arrow.
He's really good with the bow and arrow, and also he's just like. I feel like he would take care of me. He'd really care about me.
Yes.
He's involved with nature. He's involved with spirits. He'd care about my soul.
Yeah, he's like this rock is my grandfather's soul, and he'll be like, you need to hold this rock and feel one with the earth. Yeah, something like that. It might make you feel after a stressful day in the basement of no fapping. It might help.
Yeah, he'd be great. Like the massage would be great. Now to my nightmare. Who should I bed? Because I don't want to bed either of these because I don't want to bed anybody. No fact. So who? Wow. This is actually very difficult.
See, I mean, look, one's clearly very used to it.
Yes.
Just saying, but it's up to you.
I think I do have to bed the Beat 'em and Eat 'em ladies, just because here's the thing. Like, the biggest thing with having intercourse with a partner is you don't know where they've been. And with the
Right.
beat 'em eat 'em ladies, I do.
We know where they've been.
I know where they've been. I
They've been
know
on-
I know what I'm getting into. A fox
bet-
with two tails, I don't know what I'm getting into.
Yeah. I think Miles' tails might be a little too young. But these ladies might be in their 80s as well. I'm just saying. Just keep that in mind.
Honestly,
Yeah.
like if I had one hall pass, if I was in a relationship, it would have been before she died, the Queen of England. Like,
Wow, look at that. There you
yeah,
go.
just to say that I could have, or Kathy Bates. But I also think that, like, from the logistics of killing, tails would be the easiest to kill.
Interesting. I think you
You
could
know?
probably fool him. Be like, hey, come here, little buddy. Then maybe just choke him out.
Yeah, like Nightwolf is killing me. Like,
Yeah.
let's get there. But
Right.
the beat 'em and eat 'em ladies, listen, like, they've seen some stuff. They know if I come at them, one, it's a 2v1, but also, like, they're gonna pull out something,
Yeah.
and I don't know what that something is, but they're
street
pulling
smart.
it out. Yeah.
They're street smart for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Very, very good choices there. Oh boy. You might have nailed it. I'm trying to but I was thinking they've had a rough life.
Right.
Not that, I'm going to make it much better, but maybe I'll wed the beat 'em ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Get them off the streets.
Just like get them some clothes. You
Get
know.
some well, we'll see what they look like. Get them
Right.
off the streets. Wash them up a lot.
Right.
Brush their teeth 10 times a day for a month or two.
Mm-hmm.
Just get them really clean,
Yeah.
And then we'll start to get back to normal, whatever normal is for them.
Just a
obviously.
situation you have the most control over that.
Yeah. So I think that having two ladies around might be fun. I don't know. I have one that I can barely handle, but it might be fun having two. We'll
Mhm.
see. That brings me to betting Nightwolf though, because dude's in shape.
Oh
Right?
yeah, he'll give it to you.
And he can turn into an animal. He
He
just
can. Yeah,
he can. He's got that weird thing, but I think it just might be kind of cool. One night, and like you said, very spiritual. He might just even be like, "Close your eyes, and I'll take you somewhere you've never been." And I don't even know what's happening.
Right.
I may just not even know what happened.
It'd be transcendent,
Right. Wake up with a hurt butthole, but I'd be like, "That was pretty cool." You know what I mean?
And you can say like you fucked a bear,
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tails. You
Oh,
got two deads in this one. I think out of these choices, it's. You can't. I mean, if you marry him, what are you gonna do? You can't fuck him. It's a weird situation there.
Yeah.
But I think we were both on the same page there for the most part.
Mhm.
It could have gone either way with those ladies.
Oh yeah. You're like, let's get them out of there, and I'm just like, nope, I'm done with them. You're like, no.
Let's bang them. I mean, it's a what a game. So
they're curvy at least.
Curvy and pixelated, that's for sure. Yeah. Earl, thank you so much for coming on today and letting us know what's going on down there. Good luck in the basement, first of all. Hopefully you get out soon enough.
Thank you.
You know?
I'm working towards it. I would love to pay my bills, but I'd love to make my. If you're hiring, if anyone's hiring, please. Yeah.
What else can you do besides Excel?
PowerPoint. I'm proficient in Office.
That's why you're having a hard time. Those things have gone away, I think.
I know.
Oh boy. All right, maybe you gotta go back to school. We'll see. But thank you, Earl, once again. Everybody else, thanks for listening. This has been an amazing episode of Playable Characters Podcast, and we'll talk to you all next week. Bye-bye. Today's Playable Character was played by Grant Janik. Find him on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Grant_Janik. That's Janik.